So class, today we will be understanding the concept of letter of credit. Let's start with a short conversation between exporter and importer. Meet Arya and Jake. Arya is a coffee exporter based in India. She ships premium beans around the world, and Jake is a cafe owner in New York looking to import high-quality coffee beans.
Arya, your Indian coffee beans are the best. I need 1000 kilograms for my coffee shop chain in New York. Great. I'll ship it as soon as you send the payment. I'd rather pay after I get the goods. How do I know you'll deliver? And how do I know you'll pay once I ship them?
So, from Arya and Jake's conversation, we conclude that in intercountry transactions there are business trust issues. This is exactly why letters of credit exist. Let me introduce the concept of letter of credit to you. Let's break it down. A letter of credit, or LC, is a promise from a bank, usually the buyer's bank, that the seller will get paid, as long as they meet the agreed conditions. In our case, Jake, the cafe owner in New York, is the buyer. And Arya, the coffee exporter from India, is the seller. Jake doesn't want to pay before the goods arrive. Arya doesn't want to ship without a payment guarantee. So, they use a letter of credit to make the trade safe for both. Jake goes to her bank, called the issuing bank, and applies for a letter of credit in Arya's favor. She gives the bank all the deal details, what's being shipped, deadlines, and what documents Arya must submit. Once approved, Jake's bank issues the LC and sends it to Arya's bank, which is known as the advising bank. The LC acts like a formal guarantee. If Arya ships the goods and submits the correct documents, we will pay her. Arya reviews the LC carefully to make sure all terms match the sales agreement, especially the required documents and deadlines. If anything looks off, she can ask Jake to amend it through the bank. Once Arya accepts the terms, she prepares the shipment knowing the bank is now guaranteeing payment. This brings confidence to both sides and sets the stage for a safe, secure transaction. With the letter of credit in place, Arya goes ahead and ships the coffee beans to Jake, just as agreed. She also collects all the required documents, like invoice, bill of lading, which acts as a proof of shipment, packing list, any certificates or customs documents listed in the LC. Arya then takes these documents to her bank, the advising bank. The bank checks whether everything matches the terms in the LC. If everything's in order, her bank forwards the documents to Jake's bank, that is the issuing bank. Jake's bank carefully examines the documents. This part is key. Banks deal in documents, not goods. They don't check if the coffee actually arrived, they check if the paperwork proves that Arya fulfilled her side of the deal. If the documents meet all conditions in the LC, the bank must pay Arya, even if Jake hasn't paid bank yet. Once all the documents are approved, Jake's bank releases the payment to Arya's bank. Arya finally receives the money, and her part of the deal is done. Now, Jake receives the shipment and pays her own bank, as per their agreement. So students, Arya got paid, without worrying about chasing Jake for the money. And Jake received goods, without the risk of paying upfront. That's the power of a letter of credit. It builds trust, not with words, but with documents and guarantees, making global trade possible, even between people who have never met. Let's quickly recap the LC procedure in short. The buyer and seller agree on a deal. The buyer's bank issues a letter of credit promising payment. The seller ships the goods and submits documents to the bank. The bank checks the document. If everything matches, the bank pays the seller. The buyer then pays the bank and receives the goods. Think of an LC as a financial middleman that builds trust when it doesn't exist yet. It's about how global business works safely.